Welcome to the CW50 web exclusive. I'm Juwan, Outlaw. Detroit is on the verge of a resurgence, but there is still a need for eco-friendly community development within the city. Joining me today is Executive Director Justin Schott of EcoWorks. Thank you for stopping by.
It's great to be here with you, Juwan.
As always, good. So tell me more about EcoWorks for those who may not know.
Yeah, so EcoWorks is a Detroit nonprofit. We've been in the community since 1981, and we try to make sustainability more accessible and affordable to people. So we know terms like going green, eco-friendly, those are things that are buzzwords. They may not be something that people connect to their daily lives. And so that's where we come in. We provide solutions that are helping people at a variety of levels. So whether it's people that are struggling to keep their energy and their water on, facing bills that are just way too high. We work with students, so getting the young people involved at an early age and working with them to think about how they can make change in their neighborhoods and their community. And then we take it to a higher level. We work with municipalities. So we're doing energy planning with the city of Detroit and a couple of other municipalities in Southeast Michigan.
Oh, wow. So it seems like you're very active in the community, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. And we do all of this work in partnership. That's what makes it happen.
So, as everyone knows, Detroit is a big city. So just tell me, how important is clean energy for a city like Detroit?
Oh, I think it's essential, and you can look at it from a number of different angles, starting with the air that we breathe, that we take for granted right here. We know parts of Detroit have some of the worst air quality in the state, particularly as we're getting over to industrial areas in Southwest Detroit. So that's a critical need. A lot of that comes from dirty energy, from the fossil fuels that we still rely on. Some of that energy mix is shifting over and incorporating a few more renewables, but by and large, we're still dependent on coal and on nuclear power here. So that makes a difference in everybody's life, how well you can breathe, right?
Of course.
But clean energy also means stability for us. It means having a stable price and not being subject to changes in energy costs. And it's something that creates jobs too. So we know we get about 3 jobs in the solar industry for every job that you might see from traditional fossil fuels.
Oh, very interesting. So, like we were talking off camera, you guys offer a lot of programs. I tried to get you to say what was the best program, but you wasn't budging. But one of the programs I found interesting was Project Green Home. So do you mind discussing a little bit more about Project Green Home?
Sure. Yeah. So Project Green Home is an initiative to take our residential education programs, helping people to make their homes more energy efficient and save on their energy bill, and to really go a little bit deeper with that. So we're working with one family, the Banks family, on the east side, and they were subject to one of these bad situations where you can think that you're stable in a home and it turns out that agreement falls through. So they were fortunate to get their home back from the land bank, but then had a lot of work that needed to be done on that. So we've been working to raise funds and to do a lot of energy efficient upgrades for them, to do new water heater, insulation, and also looking at other green and healthy improvements, getting a garden going and getting youth out there to do the work too.
Yep, so you also talked about the youth. So I know you guys also have a youth program as well. So you mind discussing a little bit more about that? Because that was also very interesting, getting the youth involved with smart green energy.
We do, and it's called the Youth Energy Squad, and we're working in about 40 schools, 40 mostly Detroit public schools, and getting students involved in telling us what they see as the big green issues in their community, whether that's how the land is being used, whether that is things around water quality or water availability, looking at ways to capture the sun or to do energy efficiency upgrades for households. So we do a lot of leadership development there, and the goal is to form green teams in these schools and have the students come up with the projects. They write proposals for how they want to do this. We've got some mini grants that are available, and then we take that through an implementation phase in the spring. For high school students, we also offer a paid summer program. So for 7 weeks, they'll come and work with us. Community organizations can propose a project that they want students to work on. And then we'll break into teams, 3 adult leaders, 9 or 10 students, and go work on that out in the neighborhoods every day with students. They're getting paid and they're earning a college scholarship through AmeriCorps in the process.
So just jumping back to the residential program that you mentioned, on average, how much money do you think is saved once an individual goes through the educational program?
Yeah, so we run workshops for people to come in, people that have high energy bills and are maybe facing a shut-off. And we'll run through them the low and no cost things that they can do to get started saving energy. We know most people aren't going to be able to buy a new furnace, right? Or they may need a new roof. They may want solar, but the first things that you can do are generally the most affordable. So sealing the drafts that you've got around your doors and your windows, just turning down the thermostat when you're not at home. These are some big things, and the average savings that we see is 14% that residents are able to save. So that translates to over $300 a year, and that's a big step. You know, people need that money to go somewhere else, not to the energy that's getting wasted.
That is a lot. That is very good within the community. So I know you talked about potentially lowering the thermostat and stuff like that. What would you say, if you can give somebody one tip who's watching this, one energy efficient tip, what would it be?
Yeah, I think it's those two. It's really being careful about how you're using your heat, because your heat uses 60% of your energy. So that's making sure that it's set where you need it. You know, if we were at home right now, I'd probably be in a sweater, sometimes wearing a hat, wearing slippers around, as low as you can go and still be comfortable. You know, we don't want people sitting in the cold and the dark, but we do want you to be comfortable, but also you should know that you can save up to 3% for every 1 degree that you turn down your thermostat. So that's a big one. And then sealing the drafts. These are easy things that you can get at the hardware store for $10, $20. The window kits, the plastic film with the blow dryers that you see, those work really well. There's some rubber rope caulk, we call it. That's just like a putty that you can put right into the cracks around the windows. So those simple things, they'll make you a lot more comfortable, make sure you're not getting sick over the winter, but also helping to lower the bill.
Yeah. Well, once again, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. It's great to be here, Juwan.
Thank you very much. Yep. Thank
you.
And to learn more about EcoWorks, visit ecoworksdetroit.org. I'm Juwan Outlaw, and thank you for watching this CW Web exclusive.